Hey y'all, I'm making a video about oils. I recently saw a video way back on a person to make oils, and that person made the oils kind of in a wrong way, and it kind of really stuck it to me, and I didn't like it. Sorry for the background, let me fix it a little more. Ha ha ha. You'll never know behind the curtain. There. But anyways, I was kind of upset when I saw it. So I just want to explain about how I do it and see if that actually help newbies to it on making oils. I mean, because making oils is one of my, not the best skills I have, I should say. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm good, but it's actually one of my favorite skills. I'm really happy that I know how to make certain type of oils. And oils, you can use them to dress candles, you can use them to dress rocks. And when I say dress, I don't mean an actual physical dress. I actually mean like a dab of oil. Some people like to submerge rocks in like a little cup of oil. I've seen some people use oil as a form of perfumes. I see people using oils for dressing their candles, but I would be very precautious about that, because some oils can be flammable, and you light it on the candle and you have yourself a flare and not a candle. So be very wary of what type of oils you use. Sometimes an oil can, like I had this Hecate candle, and it was a black an older woman figure candle, and she basically I rubbed sesame seed oil on it, and I made a specific oil to it. The carrier was sesame seed, and that sucker spackled, that sucker pop, and I was telling all my friends that, oh, it's Hecate, she's showing her true powers and everything, but I tested on those little birthday candles, which is here's a really good thing. You guys should really put this down. I tested on the birthday candle, rub a little oil, and I lit the candle to see if it sparks or something like that, and it did. It completely, like, it was like firecracker / flare candle, and so I'd be very precautious about what type of carrier oils that you put on your candle. So let me just get on how I made my candle, how I made my Hecate oil right here. Basically, I grounded up herbs in my mortar and pestle. It's a secret recipe. I don't want to advertise it. I basically smashed it up into a million pieces as much as I can. You don't really have to get into powder form, because of the way how you make certain oils, the way how I make oils, the powder can kind of blend into the oil, and it might be too much for what the quest is, or for the making of it. Blah blah blah. So I basically fill this jar, get a nice clean sterile jar, clean it as much as you can. Be very resourceful with your oil making. Don't make a big huge jar of like oil if you're just going to use a dab every so often. Be very practical about it. I mean, there's no point of making a huge oil and you're only going to use it once. You probably want to do something like this small little guy right here. You probably want to make a little oil, put it in there if you're just going to use it just less. If you use it frequently like I do, I put it in this jar, I labeled it, dated it, and everything. But what I did with this, back to this, what I did with this is I filled it up with 3/4 full of my ingredients, my herb, and then I had a mason jar. And mason jars are really great to do it, because mason jars have the cap, but the top part, the lid, you could take the lid off, and that's one thing you want, is you want to take the lid off. So I put the whole entire oils I put the whole entire herbs 3/4 full in the mason jar. I filled it up with a carrier oil, which is like jojoba oil, or jojoba jubba I call it. You could use sesame seed oil, you could use, walnut oil, you can use peanut oil. I mean, there's endless amounts that you could use, so be very, very practical. Some oils can go rancid, like extra virgin olive oil back here I have. It can go rancid very fast. That's one of the lower grade oils that I worked with. That I found out that it went rancid really fast to me. I mean, compared to the other oils. I basically, after I filled that jar up with herbs, I poured the oil on top, and I said a little saying over it, and then I placed the cheesecloth. Cheesecloth is that little, it's gauze. Another word is gauze in the medical field. It's a gauze. You can use gauze, but be very get a cheesecloth at Walmart for like, I think it's like $4 for 20 yards or something like that, I forgot what it was. Because some herbs, not many people know this, but some herbs can release certain gases. Some herbs can release certain gases out. So you screw the lid on the mason jar, and you leave the lid off so it can breathe. Store it in a dark, cool place. I put my Hecate in there for 3 weeks between the new moon to her next new moon. And I made sure I shined it out on my windowsill for the full moon to get a touch of it, the waxy moon to touch it, and the waning moon to touch it. I mean, you can go really ballistic on certain, you can put hours and days and planets. I mean, you can go really, really, really table correspondences towards it if you want to. But I just did that. I stored it in make sure you store it in a cool, soft, safe place where no one doesn't touch it, can tamper it, spill it, or anything that can cause of it. I used my closet on the shelf. I have in my altar space I have a shelf that no one doesn't touch, but you can use it like if you're in an ordinary closet, you could put it in there, store it up in the back, or where you could see it visibly so you don't forget about it and that you can see it. Every now and then you probably want to replace the cheesecloth, and you want to kind of remove the herbs and reuse, put new herbs, a new sachet, if you will, or new herbs inside of it. And to do this, you pretty want to constantly soak the oil, and you want to infuse as much. That's making oils from scratch, from herbs, and that's what I did for my Hecate. But what I did for my protection oil here, that's a bad me holding it up so high, is that I filled the oil up to 3/4 of this jar. I pretty much filled it up to 3/4 up to here, and I put in essential oils into it, and I did certain counts and everything. And one thing is about making oils is that you don't shake it crazy. Shaking it will cause bubbles, and it'll cause it to be very bubbly, and it'll stay bubbly for a while, and you kind of don't want to mess up your bouquet like that. You kind of want to swirl it. I like swirling. I like lifting it up, holding my fingers, and swirl it slowly. And this is my view on how to make oils. I mean, many people can have different views on this, but when I saw the video, I was really disturbed when I saw a video on here. I'm not going to say who it is because that'd be totally like cornering the person, but the practice of the practitioner put oil in this little dram, fill it up, and he said extra virgin olive oil is the best it's the best oil, and it's da-da-da-da. And I can understand the point of view, but it's not the best oil, it's not the best carrier. And I wasn't really fond of it. And then he said just use it as is, dress whatever. It was kind of loose, and it loosely information in it. I wish it would have been a little tighter. But anyways, moving forward, fragrance oils. Now, a lot of people like to use those as thinking they were considered essential oils, and they're not. Those are fragrant oils for oil burners, and just fragrance in general. I mean, the name fragrance. I test this out on a candle, and pretty much it went poof. it went in flames. I tested on a birthday candle and it went into flames. So you gotta watch out what type of oils you're working with. The best oil that I came across that I love working with is Sun's Eye. They have a huge line of essential oils. They have a huge line. I mean, they have just the basic forms like lavender, cypress, neural, amber. They have pomegranate, which is one of my favorites. They have all these, and they also have a little section, if you find it in your metaphysics stores, they have a little section of basic, like triple moon goddess oil, like the basic forms, and it's pretty cool, and I really like it. When I was making oils, I noticed that the ones with the eyedroppers, brown bottles with the eyedroppers, are way better when you want to rub it onto something, rub it on your hands, rub it on your dimples. I believe the eyedroppers are way easier. Bad thing about it, on my protection oil, I'm going to show you, it melt the plastic. After, I think this is after a good year of the oil being in here. I think it's almost a year old, and I think I really need, just personally, I just need to trash it. But I love the smell, and I want to keep it. The smell, the oil is still good. Surprisingly enough, it is, and it still smells the same. And I want to keep that scent alive because I want to see if I make another batch, I can replica the scent, which I'm really happy with. But yeah, be very cautious of how you make oils. But don't think this is kind of like a decoration, or don't think this video has, oh my god, this is overwhelming. Have fun making oils. If you made an oil that's stinky and it smells like shit, then you know not to go that way, unless you purposely want it to smell like shit. But I think the best avenue is get a lot of these half ounces bottles, or you can even go this small, and I would say just use your extra virgin olive oil, even though I said it was crappy earlier, but use it. And start off with that. Start off something simple, start off something small, and make your own ingredients, and start mixing with your essential oils or your herbs, and start mixing up a little bit, and smell it, and make sure you record it down. Always record everything down, every drop, every recipes that you make out of your oils, because just your luck, you might find that perfect scented oil that you really love for a love spell, and you didn't record it down. So record. Video record it if you must. Record it anyway, electronically, any form of handwritten. But this is just the basic oil forms that I have here. I have a lot of oils. I don't want to bring them out. This is just overwhelming. It can totally override this whole table here. But yeah, this is my way of making oils. If you have a special way, leave a comment down here. Leave a comment below. I'm really eager to learn other people's methods on making oils, or how they do this and how they do this, and how do you make this, and it's pretty cool. If not, make a video response. I'm totally up for video responses, and tell me, show me how you guys make your oils, and how do you make it smell good and all that stuff. So I hope this video helps. Another thing I want to plug is this one book. It is let me see if I can kind of knock it down a little. The Pocket Idiot Guide. Don't be ashamed getting the Idiot's Guide of potions, enhancing recipes for dozens of magical brews. It's a little booklet. It costs, I think, yeah, $10 here in America. But if I were you, I would totally get that book. It explains a little more on how to make oils. Not only that, there's other things in there that talks about like drinks, drinkable ones, drinkable potions, and how that the term potion is thrown loosely around here, and certain things are potion, like energy drinks are considered potions, shampoos considered potions. I mean, it's just, it goes really pretty practical. You're like, whoa, really? That is kind of a mixture of a potion and stuff. It also, I think it also talks about tonics, which is another thing I want to get into after this. I'm going to jump into tonics. But anyways, I want to make this video short, under 15 minutes. I really do. But yeah, if you have anything to say, like how do you make your oils and whatnot, leave videos, responses, leave comments below. I'll be eager, happy to answer you back if you have any questions on making this, making that. Till then, guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching me and supporting me. Blessed be.